What was your reaction when you found out your video went viral?
Yeah, it was a total surprise, and I want to thank you because I listen to Bloomberg like all the.
Oh my gosh!
Thank you.
I'm kind of fangirling here big time because I like seriously like you guys are like superstars to me.
God.
So I really appreciate it.
I love this.
But yeah, all the attention was totally unexpected.
Because you've been doing these for a while, right? This wasn't your first one.
Yeah, no, I do videos for the Globe, like news reports, just like all the other reporters in the newsroom, and, my accent is a little bit harder than some of the others because I grew up in Boston, you know what I mean? So I was really shocked. But the thing is like, what really shocked me more is like just how positive everybody's feedback has been, so it's been kind of restored my faith in media just to hear so many people like interested in the news and writing to me, so.
But it was the comments. I mean, I saw it before we even started talking about it in the newsroom, and then it just kind of grew and grew. But the comments were really awesome. And one of them was like, I want Emily Sweeney to be the only one allowed me to read the news to me. Like, can Emily Sweeney narrate the Iliad? Like, Emily Sweeney's voice in my head all the time.
I love that Iliad.
It was great.
And now she's everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, for me to be the only one reading the news, I think that's slightly extreme. But but it has been heartening to hear that people are still interested in the news because for a long time, I don't know, working at a legacy media organization, it's been hard. You guys know, and it's been great to see just like this sudden interest in journalism again. It means a lot to me.
Tell us about how you got into journalism. So I detect the Dorchester accent. I'm going to go micro, and I think I've pinpointed that correctly. How did you get into journalism, and what have you covered at the Globe? So you're doing this true crime reporting. Now you've written books as well. How did you get into that?
Yeah. So I've written 3 books, 2 of them about organized crime. I write a lot about unsolved murders. I feel like a lot of people aren't aware of like how many unsolved homicides there are. And, I think it's really important to draw awareness to the cases because sometimes it can help them get solved. So I do a lot of cold case reporting for the Globe. And now I've been doing a lot of video lately, because we've just been getting like a lot of like great engagement from our audience, and it's growing, and we're gonna roll with that. And I'm gonna make videos until they tell me no.
Well, speaking of rolling, you've been on rollerblades doing the news too. You've done things like that. I mean, talk to me about the Boston accent because it's different from different regions where you are. Correct?
Yeah. I mean, if you drill down, different neighborhoods have different accents. I'm from Dorchester, which is like the biggest neighborhood in Boston. And, how I talk, like to me, I sound totally normal. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and that's how my brother has like an even stronger accent.
Incredible.
And,
stronger than that.
Yeah. And so again, it was just a surprise to see, like, everybody thought like in that news report that I was saying, I don't know. I'm like, I thought I was just talking regular.
What accent? What accent? I think, as we talked about it, in a time when journalism is struggling to find its audience and find its feet, 2 things that stood out to me. One was you just came approach as really genuine and authentic. You came approach as someone who was being yourself. You didn't change out of your tracksuit. You weren't putting on airs. You were like, here's my story. Here's what we got. Here's what we talk about. Talk to us about how you guys are reaching a new audience with social media, especially working at a legacy paper. Do you feel like you're making more of an impact, and what that process is like?
Yeah, so I mean, absolutely, because, I definitely have gotten so many messages from, number one, younger people, who, I mean, I'm not sure would even like, watch the news or, pick up a newspaper or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also people from, it's kind of strange, like all over the world, like Australia, Ireland, Guam. I mean, people are writing saying, I'm following the Boston news. Like, so, I just think it's great to draw attention to the great journalism the Globe is doing. And it's great that people are just even interested in news again, I feel like, just in general, and like asking for headlines. Like, you didn't do the headlines today. Where are they? Like, it's been really great to see. So.
Well, we've enjoyed the heck out of it. We got Duncan here.
We're going to eat
in your
solidarity.
honor.
Duncan.
We've got Dunkies.
What's your order? We should have asked in advance, I realize.
I mean, I usually go like extra large coffee,
All right.
Just black, iced.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
You have a specific donut? You got a donut?
You know, I ate so many jelly donuts from Dunks that I have to I'm on hiatus.
Yeah, I also don't think those are TV friendly.
They're too good.
We're already trying not to spill coffee on ourselves.